In today's video, I want to explain if the Lansing area housing market is overpriced. There's been a lot of talk about this topic recently, and I want to go over that for the Lansing area. Historically, since first being tracked in 1978, the Lansing area housing market appreciates at 4% per year. The last couple years has seen above average appreciation rates, so that begs the question, are houses overpriced? This data varies city by city in our area, price range by price range, so this will be an overview of the greater Lansing housing market as a whole. This is a graph we made that shows the actual median sale price and the actual appreciation rates since 2015. You'll notice starting in 2017, we were actually slightly undervalued as a market until about the end of 2019. Beginning in 2020, you can see we start to get a little ahead of the trend line by about 1%. Then in 2021, we're about 2.1%, 2.2% above that trend line. And in 2022, we're about 3% above that trend line. So purely just based on what we saw in activity during this time, one could say housing prices were about 5 to maybe 7% overvalued by the end of 2022. It is not a coincidence that we started to get ahead of the appreciation trend in 2020 because you'll notice a huge drop-off in supply of active listings starting in 2021. Low supply, low interest rates, and very high demand started to push prices above the historical norm. So does that automatically mean we're overpriced? This is a difficult question to answer. Relative to the rest of the country, the Lansing area is pretty attractive in terms of affordability, and generally speaking, our job market has been pretty stable. If we look at it from a supply and demand perspective, the housing market being overpriced is somewhat trivial. Some data suggests that we're about 4,000 new construction homes behind current demand. Meaning, for example, if we built 4,000 new homes in our area tomorrow, theoretically we'd be in a balanced market for buyers and sellers from a supply standpoint. And that's why we won't see a major fallout in housing prices. Supply is simply just too low. However, we will likely see prices decline this year, and it's just now starting to show up in the data. The median sale price today has fallen 12.5% when you compare all of 2022 and year-to-date in 2023. The year-to-date median sale price is $175,000, and for the entire year in 2022, the median sale price was $200,000. I want to be clear, this does not mean we've seen a 12.5% decrease in prices down from $200,000 to $175,000. It means half of all listings are now selling above or below $175,000 as opposed to half of all listings selling above or below $200,000. The average price buyers are paying is down about 2 to 3% from this time last year. That is kind of intriguing because this graph projects if nothing changed from 2015 to 2022 but normal 4% appreciation rates, you'll notice in 2022, the median sale price should have theoretically been $170,000, pretty much on the dot. And again, year to date, the median sale price is now $175,000. So is the Lansing area still overpriced? So to wrap this all up, as of today, we will likely see another 2 to 4% decrease in the average prices buyers are paying by the end of the year. Sellers are still receiving, on average, offers within 2% of their listing price. So for instance, if your home was listed for $250,000, a majority of sellers in our area are receiving at or over $245,000. So prices are softening a bit, but we aren't seeing big drop-offs anywhere. And as markets tend to balance over time, this is what we're seeing right now. Thanks for watching, and visit zachpeck.com to see the latest listings in our area and call or text anytime with questions.